Hey guys, and welcome to another reaction video. And yeah, today I'm taking a look at another review by Silver-Quill. Actually, the next one would have been a review by KP, by I Love Kim Possible a lot, but I felt more like doing another Silver-Quill review. And yeah, the episode he's taking a look at this time is Bats. Yeah, this is easily, well, probably one of my favorite episodes in season 4. It had one of the best songs in the entire show, I would say. Maybe not the best songs. Season 5 had some great songs too, but one of the best songs. It was really, really good. Not my favorite, like I said. My favorite is, for some reason, Play Your Part from the season 4 finale. I really, really like that song. But still a really good one. Flutterbed was pretty awesome too. I really liked that. And yeah, I don't know. I just really, really liked the episode. And I think most people really loved the episode. I think it's a fairly, I don't know, beloved episode. I don't know, could you say that? I have never heard anyone really complain about this episode. I really, really like it. It maybe doesn't show Applejack from her best, but definitely Fluttershy, I would say, despite the Flutterbed part, which was still awesome. But there are probably some things you can complain about in the episode, and that he will most likely at least mention, but I don't know, I really like the episode. So yeah, I guess let's just take a look at this and see what he thinks about it. Maybe I'm completely wrong and he absolutely hates it. Don't think so, but yeah. 3, 2, 1, click.
I was somewhere out near Ponyville, on the edge of the forest, when the episode began to take hold.
My little pony, my little pony.
Suddenly there was music all around me, and a voice was screaming, "Holy Jesus, what are these adorable animals?" I had stumbled into a tale of Nair versus nature, with a fragile soul caught in the middle. And I'd be a fool not to ride this strange torpedo all the way out to its end. So let's take the ticket and ride the ride.
They don't care about water, not zilch, no nothing. Except bringing about an orchard's destruction.
I have that remix.
This
It
tale
is
didn't
so
get legends again
awesome.
With one of my favorite ponies.
I think I have it on my phone. Yeah, I do
Why is she
have it
one
on
of
my
my
phone
faves?
and on my
Because
computer.
she is the pillar. Rarely does she enjoy funny moments of her own, yet she mixes well with any character. Even for Twilight, Applejack is a source of balance and stability, empowering the others to be silly and whimsical, while she serves as an anchor in life's maelstrom. Then she makes for a really easy drinking game. Anytime some pony says apples, take a shot.
Apple, apples, apple, 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 and apple, 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 apple,
An apple, bopper, apple.
apples, apple,
Apples, apple, and apple.
apples, apples, apple, apples, 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 apple, apple, apple.
Just don't stop drinking.
I immediately regret this decision. But all was not well in the smallest slice of equestrian heartland. Applejack's unique fixation upon apples ended when she realized she had an infestation.
But these aren't just your everyday, ordinary fruit bats.
We can't frolic here. This is bat country. Oh, here they come.
They're vampire fruit bats.
Oh, why does this place have so many bats? In hindsight, I should not have worn apple cologne that morning. A call
Probably
went out,
not.
loud enough for the entire town to hear. But only 5 ponies and a dragon answered. It seems the residents of Ponyville held no interest in the farm's fate. The equestrian dream had died, leaving a cavity be filled with selfishness and apathy. I arrived on the scene to witness the natives in a strange musical debate.
light.
A story-driven melody with 2 characters
Next
clearly defining
video.
their roles.
Whatever.
Applejack, my second favorite, described a dark tale of
Hey,
greed
she's
and
my
deception
second favorite
with
too.
some of the ugliest beings in history. This infestation was out to ruin her crop, and she would battle them to the last. Fluttershy, my favorite pony, sang of the natural cycle and the
Good choice.
sacrifices of the short term for a more prosperous future. Hers was a world viewed through super kawaii glasses. My heart broke as I thought of how she would feel when reality gave her a fuzzy slap to the face. Here before me lay an orchard of moral gray, both sides making valid points. It was an ancient debate of short-term benefit versus long-term gain, a concept most adults cannot resolve, simplified for a young audience. Yet in the midst of this debate came a moment of darkness, the worst I would see that day.
Stop the bats, stop the bats.
The other ponies, even the princess of the land, began to join the hate chant and encircle their so-called friend. Their faces were the image of speciesism, except for Pink.
Except for Piggy.
Singing along
It
because
was one of
nice
the
too.
best scenes
Point
in the
is,
episode.
This wasn't friendship. This was pastel-colored lynch mob. The darkness might have lasted, were it not for 2 simple words.
I'm sorry, Fluttershy.
Well, 2 words and a name. That was enough to remove the heavy mood and restore
Yeah,
that sense of
kinda.
camaraderie.
Yeah.
Further proof of the miraculous power behind I am sorry. Despite Fluttershy's pleas, the mob mentality held her friends tight, and all she could do was turn to her friend and Monarch for a solution.
The good news is that I found a spell that can get the vampire fruit bats to stop wanting to suck the juice from the apples.
Right, because that worked so well last time.
Indeed,
The ponies went to action
indeed.
immediately, each rounding up the bats in their own unique style. Though personally, my favorite style was Rarity.
Yeah, that was amazing. But he's making a reference that I'm not probably alien or something.
Get it away before she has a chest burster!
Yep,
I had finally
alien.
been given my first true look at these beasts when they weren't trying to dive bomb me.
Don't know what
Never
the
before had I seen
movie's
such
actually
creatures.
called.
Even crop
Never
decimating
watched
swarms in Equestria usually carried a certain cuteness and charm. Even pony-eating hydras were kind of funny. These
Yeah.
were the first creatures that I could truly consider ugly. Not as ugly and selfish as Applejack's depiction, yet far more intimidating than Fluttershy's dream.
Yeah.
And I felt a certain respect for these beings.
Yeah.
Dark and ugly in a world of pastel cuteness. Princess Twilight's solution lay entwined with the very fabric of their being. I had to ponder why the most magical pony would abuse her abilities in this way. Where could she have gotten the inspiration of using magic as a shortcut? And who could have set such a poor example for a young mind? Alas, the answer is shrouded in mystery.
But if we don't do this, there won't be any apples left for any pony here in Ponyville.
And suddenly, I wondered about the nature of these ponies. These architects of the weather, these shepherds of the land, had they at last given in to their own hubris and trespassed in God's domain? Okay, that's too much.
Yeah.
What? You're blaming ponies that aren't in this episode, calling the main six a lynch mob, and went from 0 to God complex in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
They are altering a living being's nature for their own convenience. How is that not a God complex? They're looking for a quick solution in a world where magic is an option. You're assigning way too much meaning to one act in a kid's show. Oh, people always use that excuse. It's used as an excuse for bad writing. This is not bad writing. Don't bother citing message boards. Oh, sure, name calling. That's mature. Hey, she's your mother, too. God complex or no, the ponies continued to pressure Fluttershy, urging her to abandon her morals and use the stare on the bats. One might wonder why she is caving into group pressure after remaining firm and keep calm and flutter on. Yet there, she was given a task by the highest authority. Here, she is asking her friend to suffer a season of shortage and hunger with the hope of healthier crop. Again, a surprisingly mature topic in a kid's cartoon. And the spell seemed to work. The vampire fruit bats were no longer interested in eating, thereby condemning them to starvation. I think we skipped a step in this plan. And after a night of unmentionable horror,
definitely.
I'd rather not revisit.
Not very well.
I
God.
returned to Sweet Apple Acres to see how the harvest fared.
The spell didn't work.
I, for one, am only 30% shocked. Yet the bats remained under Twilight's sway, leading the ponies to suspect another culprit who could only be caught through the most intense plan.
A stakeout.
High above in Canterlot, Princess Luna was preparing to stand watch over her subjects' dreams and battle owl bears in the night. Princess Celestia bedded down to rest before intense negotiations with the Griffin Kingdom. In the Crystal Empire, Princess Cadence sat weary after a day of helping her subjects prepare for the equestrian games. And in Ponyville, Princess Twilight Sparkle was camping out in an orchard to catch an apple thief.
Yep.
Who should this thief be but a horribly transformed Fluttershy?
Don't get this reference either.
I would
Probably
be terrified.
Castle
Yet
Media or
this is not the
something.
freakiest thing I've seen today. Isn't that right, Meadow Song?
God.
Well said. Here before me flew the dawn of the newest meme. A meme so popular it filled an entire post on Equestria Daily in less than a day. Flutterbat had infected the entire fandom, and I was along for the ride. But honestly, we were promised a Flutter Dragon, then we got Flutter Hulk, and now Flutter Bat. What's next? Flutter Finn? Confound my imagination. Yet my thoughts turned to Applejack and the others, whose decisions had brought this dark consequence. Were they thinking of their own mistakes, or perhaps cursing their own impatience? Or just being really, really funny. That works too. No matter what mistakes Applejack had made, her priorities became clear as she sacrificed a prized apple to lure her friend into a rescue attempt. This simple act of sacrifice spoke leagues of the quality of her character and the value she placed in her loved ones. Other ponies had funnier lines in this tale. Other ponies would be celebrated in artwork. Yet for me, Applejack would always be one of the best. And after a coordinated effort, the ponies finally undid their blunder, returning the world to its natural state, complete with a vampire bat sanctuary. And Spike got to do something useful, write a journal. Good for him.
Yeah,
Whereas I was
good
left to
for
reflect
him.
upon the adventure I had just witnessed. The conflict was enjoyable, flowing naturally from the characters and their opposing viewpoints. The humor was funny, thanks mostly to Pinkie Pie and supported by Rarity and Rainbow Dash. Rarity's character danced the line of Flanderization, yet she managed to pull back from that disappointing precipice. My sympathies went to Fluttershy, yet I could not see Applejack as a villain for wanting to protect her crop. And her actions at the climax show how much she cares for her friends. The only sour note in the symphony was the moment the ponies looked to be ganging up on Fluttershy, and even this darkness was quickly tempered by respectful dialogue. Yet the ending shot revealed Fluttershy still possessing a set of fangs. titillating the audience with a promise of Flutterbat's return. And
Never
again
gonna
will I
happen.
return to that dark place.
Maybe it will.
Oh, who
but
am I kidding? I'm jonesing for a sequel. This
Yeah,
was an excellent
would
tale
be
with a lot
awesome.
of fun. All credit goes to Megan McCarthy. Meriwether Williams! But she wrote Ne'er-Do-Well and Spike at Your Service.
Yeah.
And it's a rule that a writer must always be held accountable for their weakest work, with no chance for improvement. It's fan law. It wasn't until later that I realized I had taken a stupid pill that morning. Oh,
Yep.
I'd like to buy a copy of Princess Promenade, please. I have regretted that mistake ever since. Though I stand by my criticisms of her past episodes. Bats was Williams' strongest entry into this series thus far. I can only hope we will see more work like this. This is Brony S. Thompson saying, I get high on friendship.
Just a minute.
What?
There's another side
yeah, that
to
remix is
this.
amazing.
And if I did not defend them, then I would be remiss. These bats are mamas and papas too. They care for their young just like we ponies do.
You know what? That remix is so amazing and it's fitting so well. I'm definitely gonna put it at the as the background music for my little outro here. So it should start right about now. Yeah. Yeah, so I have to talk about 2 minutes and 40-ish seconds. Yeah. I definitely do agree. Give me a second. I'm gonna turn it. That's annoying me. Not much better, but I'll do for now. Yeah, this was a really good episode. I do agree with him. Pretty much all the time. Like I said, there were some smaller things in there that he could talk about. I never really thought about how the rest of the main 6 really were just, yeah, much against too much against Fluttershy at that one moment. I do agree with, oh Jesus, fucking lamb. Agree with him, but it was just a very short moment, which was, yeah, overcome by the following dialogue pretty well, I think. I can hear my dad talking outside of my room. Yeah, whatever. Like I said, there were some smaller things in there that weren't quite as great, and that weren't as great that you could nitpick, and he did talk about them very shortly, only didn't make much of a deal about them because they weren't that big of a deal. Yeah, I don't know. I can only agree with him. This was a really, really good episode. A Flutterbat sequel would be great. I mean, she kind of came back in that Halloween episode from season 5. I forgot what it was called.
There's another side.
More or less, but not really. That was more of a disguise. Then she wasn't really transformed. She was just disguised as Flutterbat. So you can I don't really count that. But a return of Flutterbat would be kind of fun and interesting to see how they would turn her back into Fluttershy this time, because it would be kind of weird if the same spell would work again. I think. Maybe not. Maybe that's exactly gonna be what happened. Or maybe we'll never have a Flutterbat return thingy, sequel, whatever. Which would be kind of sad, but okay, whatever. Who knows? Yeah. I don't know. I think that's pretty much everything I have to say for now, so I'm just gonna end the video right here. I do agree with him and do really like the episode. So yeah, that's it for now. I'm gonna end the video right here. So I hope you guys liked this little commentary, and I will see you next time. Bye.